Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn how to create new EC2 instance using Ansible Playbook. So if you look at this particular diagram, so many of my students have complained in the past that whenever they are trying to create a new EC2 instance using Ansible Playbook, especially when they attach IAM role to that EC2 instance, they are actually getting into this kind of an issue. No handler was ready to authenticate. One handlers were checked. Check your credential. Okay. So basically, if you would have referred this particular playbook, you would be running into that issue. So what I have done is I have simplified the playbook. I posted that article over here. So that is exactly what we are going to use in this short video. All right, so let's get started. If you see here, I already have Ansible installed and I also have Boto installed as well on my EC2 instance. Yeah, I'm already connected to my EC2 instance, which is actually running here. And you can see here, right? And then I also have, Boto installed here as well. So as you all know that Boto is a kind of a AWS SDK for Python. So in order for you to authenticate or in order to access AWS services using Ansible, we have to have Boto installed. So I also have that installed as well. And then I also have IAM role attached to my EC2 instance. So I can also show you that real quick. So if I take you to AWS Console, and you can actually see here, right? So I'm actually using an IAM role and then I have attached a couple of policies. Okay. Perfect. So that is the requirement. So let's get started, right? So we have all the prerequisite, everything is taken care. We are just showing you all a very simple playbook in order to create a brand new EC2 instance in AWS cloud. I know this is very simple playbook. Maybe in the next video, we will talk about, how we can leverage Ansible role instead of just using Ansible playbook, how we can create Ansible role in order to create a new EC2 instance. So that is something we will see in the next video. Awesome. So let me quickly go ahead and then create this inventory file. I think I might already have, but you can execute this command. I think I already have created, and you can see here, you need to create this directory and then make sure you edit this file and then add this particular entry, right? So basically I want to, run the playbook execution on my local machine itself. When I say local machine, on this machine. So that is why you are adding that entry. That's it. And then I also have playbooks directory here as well. But if you don't have one, go ahead and then create the playbooks directory. I already have one here. Okay, perfect. So now let's go ahead and then create the playbook. But before that, right, if you look at the playbook, again, this is very simple playbook. You can see here, this is where I have declared, all the variables which I will be using, in these two tasks. Okay. And then I also have, the host is local, host connection is local. I don't need to gather facts and all. So all the information is there. So let's go ahead and then create the playbook. I'm going to go ahead and then copy the playbook's entries over there. All right. So if you look at the playbook, like I mentioned, these are the places, where we have declared variables, which we'll be using down below by double braces. And then these are the tasks. So I do have two different tasks. One is for creating security group for my EC2 instance. And then I'm opening up these port numbers. And then I'm also adding or creating a new EC2 instance. Okay. I'm attaching the security group to my EC2 instance. And then these are the other variables which I will be using while provisioning the EC2 instance. So the region code, AMI ID, instance type, everything is actually declared over here. Okay. And then wait timeout is like, I'm just kind of giving 3 seconds because if you don't give it anything, it may kind of look like that the playbook execution is stuck because it would wait until the EC2 instance is fully available and ready and up and running. But I don't want to, wait for that long. So I just wanted to wait for like a couple of seconds. So like 3 seconds. And then I want to, come out of the playbook execution. So that's it, right? It's a very simple playbook. All right. So let's go ahead and then make sure we have everything configured. So this is actually nothing but the key pair, right? So which key I wanted to connect with. So let's say I want to use this key. So you can also go ahead and then modify the key. And then I wanted to create a t2.small instance. And if you want to give some instance name, you can go ahead and then provide. And then this is actually an image ID. So how do I know the image ID? You can also go back to your AWS console, launch instance. So I wanted to provision Ubuntu 22.04. So you can copy this AMI. And I'm actually currently under US East 1 region. So make sure you're in the right region. I'm under US East 1. So that is the AMI ID. I think that is not right, but let me go ahead and then modify that. So that's it, right? Okay, and then as part of the security group, I wanted to open these port numbers 2280 and then 8080, and then that's my egress. This is inbound, this is outbound, perfect, and then this is my EC2 instance. So that's it, right? So let me go ahead and then save this file. And then all we have to do is, go ahead and then execute the playbook. So Ansible -playbook and then provide the playbook name. That's it. There you go. So it already created this is security group. There you go. So it also created the EC2 instance as well. So we should be able to see that right now. Let me go into AWS console, refresh. There you go, guys. Do you all see that? So right now it is in the process of coming up, and this is actually the name of the EC2 instance what we provided in the code. You can see here, this was the name of the EC2 instance. And then let me also click on it. I know it's going to take a few seconds to come up. If you wanted to check the security group and all, you can go to security. There you go. So this was the security group name, and you can also look at the inbound rules, right? So these are the port numbers what we have open, right? There you go, guys. So that is our EC2 instance which is up and running. So yeah, so that's it, guys. That's how you can create brand new EC2 instance in AWS cloud using Ansible Playbook. Thank you for watching this video.